my favorite part of the entire selection show is when Charles Barkley had his one bite at the apple with what was that? Brian Rasmussen? Is that who that is? Who was the head? Bruce Rasmussen, pardon me, who was in charge of the committee. And he basically said to him, with Oklahoma 10 seed, despite finishing 2-8, he goes, "So what? Did Oklahoma started the 1 seed first? I mean, so do you think they deserve to be in the tournament, Grant?"
Wow, that's a tough question. Yeah, so we were preparing for our little studio hit, and with Jim Nance and Bill Raftery, and so we watched that. So that's actually the one thing that we saw on our monitor was Charles, and I think he made a valid point. A 10 seed is really interesting, and particularly with a team like Oklahoma who had really struggled, as of late, and got off to a great start, but. Maybe the consideration or the thought process, well, they were in a great conference. They're in the Big 12. But, yeah, I thought it was a great question, and I didn't get a great answer. So I'm a little confused. And for maybe, one out of, a few times in my life, I agree with Charles.
Well, I mean, during the television portion of your answer there, Grant, we were showing video of Trae Young. That's all we showed of Oklahoma. So maybe that's why, right? I mean, is that it? Could is there, in your estimation, now that you've been exposed to this process with a front row seat in a way over the last 4 or 5 years, Grant, that the tournament takes into account who's playing on certain teams and who might get in front of a television set?
Look, I would think from a TV standpoint, yes. I would think, obviously the networks love Trae Young, and he's a great storyline. He's been sort of one of the main the main stars, if you will, this year. But I do think the selection committee and the people that I know who are on that committee, they really take that job seriously. And so I don't think that's the case, but hey, I don't know everything either. So, but it'll be interesting. Oklahoma is a team, and the first matchup they'll have is with Rhode Island, and Danny Hurley has his guys playing at a great level. But wow, imagine if like Duke and Oklahoma met in the second round. So just purely as a fan, I wouldn't mind seeing that. But you never know. You never know what the total metrics are or the thought process is for the selection committee as they are making these decisions here, leading up to the selection show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.